50 people. 50 LGBT people murdered. 50. I don't even know where to start. And to be honest, it was a very weird way to hear about this. I woke up after having one of the most violent dreams I have ever had in my life. And I learn the second I go on Twitter, which is the first thing I do in the morning. It's like a newspaper, we all know this. 50 people murdered in a nightclub in Orlando. 50. Like, okay. For context, all of these like terrible school shootings, which are terrible, like very honest, like they're terrible. We're aware of this. Let me just check my facts here. Okay, so 50 people dead in Pulse nightclub attack. For perspective, VA Tech, that big one, 32 dead. Sandy Hook, 27 dead. Sandy Hook, like that was the one everybody was devastated over for a long time, and rightfully so. 27 people were killed. Children, double those 50 people. And I'm not saying by any means that one is more tragic than the other. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to give you perspective on the gravity of the situation, on how many people this has affected. 50 people, every one of these people must know tons, like just the number of people. I can't, like, that's not what this video is about. What I want to bring attention to is how many of us have to die before people stop worrying about us going to pee with them. I don't think anybody really understands the gravity, even allies. I don't think they understand the terror, the scariness, the fear about being LGBT and living authentically. I don't think they understand. Because this gay bar, okay, it was a gay bar. It was supposed to be a sanctuary. For the record, gay bars are not born out of the need to party, okay? They were literally sanctuaries for gay people to exist in, to meet people, to be okay, to be themselves in this space. Obviously, it has taken a change and it has become much more of a party environment, as is any bar. But then we're reminded why they existed in the first place when things like this happen. Okay, gay pride, gay bars, gay anything LGBT has never been created out of a need to party. That's why sometimes I see allies talking about how fun queer people are, and it's like, this is not about fun. Okay, I'm glad that you think we're fun, but this is not our mission. Our mission is not to have fun. Our mission is to live, be allowed to live, to not be murdered, okay? Gay pride was not born out of a need to celebrate. It was born out of a need to be defiant, to rebel, to be strong, to survive. And obviously we're at a place now where, you know, we can have a celebratory gay pride in North America. Great. Apparently not. Apparently we can't, because this guy killed 50 people in a place where they were supposed to be safe to be themselves. What the hell? I don't want to pull this conversation into gun control because I honestly am not educated enough on gun control laws to talk about that. I do want to sort of stamp out the Islamophobia that this is starting to perpetuate across everywhere too. Because people, I mean, obviously, people assume that he's a Muslim. Turns out his family's Muslim, but his parents specifically say he was not a practicing Muslim. Okay? So number one, he's as much a Muslim as the Christians were that you went to public school with that stopped going to church when they started smoking for the first time. They haven't been to church in like 10 years. Are you still gonna blame their God for an attack? Like, what's this all about? I guarantee you any survivor of the Pulse nightclub incident is not going to want you to attack Islam. They're going to want you to direct your pain and your anger towards the system that allowed this to happen. And I'm not talking about gun control. I'm talking about the system that allows queer people, people of color, all kinds of marginalized groups to be shoved down, to be told they're not the same, to be told that they're not deserving of life. And then this is the same system that allows people like this shooter to feel justified in an attack like this. 50 people murdered. Okay? So please, instead of directing your hatred and anger towards a religion that had nothing to do with this, okay, because there are queer Muslim people, to be very honest and very transparent with you, as much as this sounds like I have a black friend, before my transition, I had slept with a gay Muslim man. They exist, okay? They're real, like they're tangible. They're in this plane of existence. What do you want? So there's no reason to direct your hatred at a religion that had nothing to do with this. This guy was not even a Muslim, okay? He was raised in a Muslim household. He was not a Muslim. He did not go in there shouting about his God. It was not about that, okay? This was about his fear and hatred towards LGBT people. That was recorded. The father mentioned he got angry when he saw two men kissing. I can't imagine his thoughts about trans people or about anything else. I cannot imagine his perspective on other issues. So instead of dragging this issue into, oh, Muslims are bad, Donald Trump, okay, let's talk about why every single day attacks on LGBT queer people are justified. Can we talk about that instead of your fear of Muslim people, instead of your xenophobic, racist policy to try to keep out people of color? No, stop it. That's not what this is about. This is about a system that lets us be abused, lets us be attacked, lets us be destroyed by people like this shooter. It's got nothing to do with him. It's got everything to do with everything else, okay? My grief and my sadness is pretty much consumed by an anger right now. And I don't know how to push past that. I'm working on it. Like, this happened just this morning. I'm not ready really to talk about this, but I feel like I have. My heart goes out to every single person affected by this incident, to the family and the friends of everybody that has been killed, and to the survivors. You are stronger than you know. You're still here. You're gonna get through this. And we love you. Let's just do our best to make sure this never happens again. Let's start a conversation about why queer people are so accepted to be abused. Why is that an acceptable thing? It starts so young, okay? This whole thing of like, oh, he's so gay, grows up into, I'm gonna shoot 50 people at a nightclub. It does, whether you wanna believe that or not. The abuse and the hatred directed at LGBT people is more than just behavior. It's a system. It's something that enforces this is who you're supposed to be, and people that can't control that or can't fit within that, that get angry, that get hateful, they do this. I don't know what else to talk. I can't keep talking about this. I've been getting asked to talk about this since I woke up. I tweeted a bit about it, but it's so fresh, I can't do this properly. So this is what you're gonna get, okay? We can do better. We need to do better. I love you so much. Bye. As of May 25th, I was actually half a year on estrogen, and I feel like half a year is a pretty great milestone, so we're gonna celebrate it by talking a little bit more in depth than we normally do regarding my transition and HRT. Before I jump into the actual good stuff, I just want to clarify a few points. First thing being, not every trans person is going to experience hormone replacement therapy the same. It's going to be different for everybody.